Now I did literally just hit end video and then start recording. So this is seconds after my NI video. It's the same cigarette. Wanted to talk about NE versus NI a little bit more rather than NI on its own. This will be a short discussion with any luck because people are coming back and I don't want to be talking to a computer when they do. The whole situation with my relationship, our relationship, was really based on this. I mean, the last stages of it were based on this big master plan that I had that I wanted to see fulfilled. Like I said, it was long distance. We'd met for a couple of weeks at a time on more than one occasion. The last being like a week before the whole thing went downhill. It was a terrible, terrible night. I said terrible things that I hope never pass my lips again. Probably gonna light another one of these. Maybe that was my big TE with NI punched into it, or like incentives made for NI later on. Like I had the big plan and everything, and the big grand vision I wanted to see fulfilled, and the big ending. You know, that's, like I said, the big aha with the NI. But what I didn't see at all were the little bumps in the road. I didn't see the progression of it. I just saw what it was. And she began to see, I guess, the progression of it. INFP, having secondary NE would make sense. She's the right age where that's... I mean, even then, honestly, it's common knowledge that women have better executive powers than men, and maybe that's all it was a convenient gender difference, that she was able to see the outcome and see where it was all going, and I was just kind of still on the one ride. So anyway, throughout the whole thing, she started to see the flaws and the bumps in the road and stuff, and made a decision based on that, I guess. Not without, I'm sure, her own life factoring into it. I mean, for God's sake, we're both, you know, just college age. She's finishing her first semester. I'm working right now, but I'm going to be going to school next fall. So whether or not she'll admit it, I'm sure a lot of it was, well, look, I got to have a life too. And that makes total sense, and I understand that. At the time, I was saying all sorts of things, accusing her of being selfish or of not seeing what I did, or just wanting to get out so she could study abroad or whatever she wants to do. It's not, whether that's true or not, it wasn't a fair reaction, but again, we're talking about MBTI, not my failed relationship. Anyway, not failed, that's unfair. I guess I've kind of already outlined the basic metaphor and the grand vision. She saw the little bits in it, the places where it needed to go in a different direction, maybe come back to the plan. And the essence of that was, I work for a while, get a car. I didn't have a car at the time, I had to buy my own. Still a little worried because it doesn't have insurance, and I lost the title, and so I need to get that dealt with in the next week. I know all the steps and everything I have to do, I just have to have the money to do it. Anyway, so I'd work, I'd get into management, which is happening soon, etc., and then come, I don't know, March, April, have the funds to leave, to go up there to establish the same thing, essentially working again until I could get into school. It's not a bad plan, but one thing she said about it that really struck me was that it was just about to get really serious, the relationship. And I guess I saw it as us maturing with the circumstances rather than us maturing into circumstances. And it's true that I was prepared to take on a lot of responsibility and go into a very adult place and within some amount of time perhaps start living together without really seeing the speed bumps of age really isn't a number. There really are incentives you need to make based on your circumstance, where you are, not the next one you're trying to get into. She just said, look, we're not adults. Or she didn't say this, but this is what I kind of heard it as. We're not adults. We're not exactly prepared to be in the best of circumstances in that. You have plenty of people that move in together young because they're stupid and because one of them is pregnant, usually the female. And that just wasn't what was going to be happening for us. And I don't know, she saw that as it was going to happen. I wouldn't have seen it. I would have finally been, oh, I'm in a bad place right now. This is what I should have done. I've screwed me. I've screwed her. She could probably get out. There wasn't exactly a lot to lose on her end. Except the relationship, for whatever that matters. Anyway, I had my first big helpful NI moment last night, I believe, and I was totally stoned off my ass. Sometime I'll have to do a video like that, really. But yeah, stoned off my ass, and I get this another grand vision, but a better one and a stronger one, and one for which I can make more incentives down the line. And it was pretty big. I don't necessarily... The nice thing about it is that there are stops along the way where I could kind of settle if I decided that was more what I wanted to do than pursue the big thing, which is to be president. Not really. It's still kind of big, though. The video's basically over now if you want to stop it. If you want to stay to listen to this, I can certainly talk about it for the next couple of minutes. The gist of it is accepting, after pursuing medicine, looking into chemistry, stuff like that, because my dad's in medicine. It's a great field. I've listened to a lot of programming about it. Dr. Drew, for anyone who's familiar, Loveline, and then his podcast, which is much more focused on medicine than self-help, or whatever Loveline was really focused on, or is, I should say. So the idea is that I've always been told I would make a very good lawyer, and, a very good speaker, very capable with other people in situations that demand me to find solutions, etc. And I've always been great at giving personal counsel for those kinds of things. For God's sake, I've got a friend who is way too young to be doing this, and I'm really worried about him right now, actually. He's an ENTP. He's been my best friend since, I don't know, I must have been 6 or 7. And he's just running out a lot, sneaking away from his mom to smoke and stuff. He's 16. God, he's a smart kid, too. It sucks. But anyway, anytime he will sneak out, and I allow him to hang out with me when he does, I've always got the plans and the backup plans and things to say to his mother to make everything smooth over, or just for her not to realize what the hell's going on. And I've always done that. I've always had great advice in that case, or in that circumstance. And essentially, that's kind of what I want to pursue, is that kind of thing. I'm getting a phone call. Oh no, I missed it. Oh crap. Hang on a second. I'll end this and call back. It was important. Anyway, and so pursuing law, getting into personal counseling and things like that, Better Call Saul, etc. What a great fucking show. I need to talk about Breaking Bad sometime. Anyway, and I got into it way after everybody else had already seen the whole show. It's not been that long yet, but, I always do that, just so that I have personal enjoyment. Anyway, pursue that, and that's one of those places I can stop, and find a good state to kind of attach to. My mom's from Ohio. In that area, you have West Virginia, you have Michigan, that have all these crazy identity issues, that have all, this lack of leadership and this. I don't know. It's too bad. Ohio will go red, blue, doesn't have any idea what the hell it wants. West Virginia's been in shock since Kennedy died, because he was a big proponent of that whole environment and of their culture and stuff. It's really incredible. I didn't learn about it until much later, after my introduction to the state. Michigan, I'm told by one of the roommates, would be a good place to go. I'm running on 11 minutes here now. Do that, and I don't know, start getting into starting law there. Pursue possibly political endeavors. Pursue possibly senatorial positions. Pursue possibly government of some sort. And find a way to really lead that territory into, I don't know, a real time of prosperity and strength and things. And I had this grand vision. It was incredible. Never had anything like it in my life. It was kind of the best day of my life when I sat there and been able to say, this is my purpose. It's not some crazy dream I want to be chasing that's never going to pay off. It's something that on several levels could pay off. And I don't know. In several places, really, could pay off. I could stop at personal counseling and businesses and stuff, having a business, Better Call Saul, whatever. Or I could go further. So it'll likely be a major in law with a minor in like business or economy. I feel like I'd be better off in business, more able to suit that audience than the economic. Oh man, they need to change their serpentine belt over there. Oh, that's terrible. Wow. Where is that? I can still hear that. Oh my god, that's terrible. My car has the same problem. Anyway. Get a call back now. So, hopefully YouTube will let me even upload this thing. I don't know if the limit's 10 or 15 minutes. Whatever. It's kind of a silly conversation anyway. So, hope you've all enjoyed. Take care. Mahalo.